was the best feud for the Midnight Express? We talked about the Rock and Roll earlier, but also the Fantastics. The Fantastics were a hell of a team, and they had great matches with them as well.
Yeah, but the best feud was Rock and Roll and Midnight.
What made it
By
so
far.
great?
Chemistry. Chemistry and a guy named Jim Cornette who could really generate heat. And you know what? They wrestled each other as many times as Steamboat and I did. They knew each other. Bingo. Never missed a beat. Never.
Well, let me add to that.
They were the original.
Well, let me add to that, Nate. I saw you and Steamboat wrestle live probably a dozen times.
Mm-hmm.
And you never had a bad match. Never. Not
Nope.
once. I think the same can be said about Rock and Roll and Midnight. They never had a bad match.
I would agree with you very much.
Did you and Steamboat ever have a bad match?
No.
And you had literally like over 100, correct? Well over 100.
Oh, God. Probably 1,500.
You wrestled Steamboat 1,500 times.
Well, from 1976 until when was the last time I wrestled him? I mean, we were married. You got to remember, if in one calendar year, I probably wrestled Steamboat, at least 1,000 times, at least.
Yeah, because you would do months and months together.
We were married. We only had that brief separation when he fell out with Dusty and he went to New York. But then he came back. But from 76 till, God, what, 80? Oh, God, 89, my God, easily. I'm going back to 1,500 times.
Now, we've been talking about the Rock and Roll.
I could wrestle him blindfolded and tell you I could have a good match.
Oh, I'm sure.
If somebody walked me to the middle of the ring, I could wrestle him blindfolded. I could just, I had a sixth sense with him.
Now, we've been talking about the Rock and Roll and the Midnight. Did all those type tag teams spring from the fabulous ones, who were Stan Lane and the aforementioned Steve Kern? They were the first of that genre, I think. They were before those guys.
Yeah, but entirely different. Entirely different.
Tell me how.
Just better. I mean, more energy, more charismatic.